Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Man United agenda. I am joined by the dark side and the light side, Mr. B and Yabba. Mr. B, how are we doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I'm still rather happy about the performance the other day. Well, the first half performance anyway. So yeah, I'm feeling quite positive today, Cole. Maybe I've woken up on the wrong side of the bed, but I'm feeling quite positive today.
Interesting. And the purveyor of light, that is Yabba. How are we?
Look, out of all the fixtures in this league table and this league, if there's one game you want to feel positive about, it's playing against a team that hasn't scored a point or 3 points this season. That's Wolves. So damn right I'm feeling positive, and damn right Mr. B is got a light shining in him and he's feeling positive too. Yeah, really. Look, game after game, we've got a lot of games coming up, haven't we? So we're here for it. And big up to everyone tuning in. Big up to Mr. Beam. Big up to you, Colin. How you doing?
Nah, not bad. I'll be better when I'm back off work again. Let's put it that way. But I want to set things straight. I want to set the tone here, my tone that I'm feeling. So before we get into this game, this Wolves preview, I have to be very clear about one thing and one thing only. This game has no excuses. Not injuries, not referees, not form. This game right now, tomorrow, is a standard. It's a test of standards. That's what this game is. And by the end of tomorrow, we'll know how clear the standards are. So with me pointing my stance on this, let's actually get into things here. So we're focusing obviously on the game tomorrow, Man United versus Wolves. Wolves are an organised side. They are quite aggressive. They have been in past seasons quite comfortable with the ball as well. They don't dominate. They wait for mistakes. And this is why this fixture matters, because United are making mistakes game after game. We was talking in the background. They've only won. They haven't won a game. They're on 2 points. We can't afford to let this game punish us because of mistakes. We have dropped points far too often against clubs like Wolves who are in difficult positions. I want to bring you two guys into this as well. So I'm going to go to Mr. B first here, and I'm not going to dress it up. For you, is this a must-win game, yes or no?
Yeah, it's a must win, but I don't obviously we look at Wolves' results. Somebody's gonna lose to Wolves. I just don't want it to be us. You know, we've had a good. I think there's positives to the performances as much as I've been really negative. If you look at it the cold light of day, where we were this time last year, I understand it's a different league, there's different teams in it, but you can only go by positions. We're a lot higher than we were this time last year. The teams above us, maybe they will be cutting each other's throats. I'm still, in a weird way, I'm still hoping that we can get fifth. But in my head, I've still got that 6th, 7th. I think our battle right now is with Chelsea. I'll be honest. I think it's with Chelsea. So these are the games where look, we played Wolves already, beat them 4-1. That's the biggest defeat that they've taken, but there was no fanfare. You know, Arsenal struggled to beat them. Liverpool have struggled to beat them. We dispatched them 4-1, regardless of how the game went. At the end of the day, the score said 4-1. So I'm not saying I'm looking forward to another 4-1, but I'm looking forward to a dominant performance. And like you said already, we don't have any excuses, Cole. For this game especially, we have no excuses. It has to be 3 points.
Yep, 100% agree with you. Yabba, same question. Is this a must-win game for United?
Yes. Oh, you want more than that? Yeah, okay.
A little bit.
I thought it was an open-ended question. But yeah, it's definitely a must-win game, Colin. As you know, the Premier League is really tight. at the moment. We're in a position where we're looking at the fixtures, and we got a good run of games against teams that quite possibly we should win in against. And if we don't, then we only have ourselves to blame, and there's no excuses. Everyone's got AFCON. Everyone plays the amount of games that we do. Everyone gets injuries. It all balances itself out. It's about performance and people stepping in and performing. And I think we got a bit of confidence from a poor performance in a way against Newcastle, but we've got the result. And now, and the good thing for us is it's new to us. We played Wolves in recent memory in the last month. And as Mr. B said, we beat them 4-1. So it's fresh in our minds, and it's fresh in their minds as well. And it's not like they're coming back, we're going back to their ground, and they're thinking, right, we're turning you over now. They're probably thinking, imagine how I must be feeling. All of their players coming in, they've lost Cunha, they've lost all these great players, Neves over the years, and the Nunes, the right back, right back at City. They've lost an abundance of good players. So confidence in the camp is poor for them. So it's not a case of, right, we can get something out of this. I think they're going into every game thinking, how can we, be respectful in this? And losing to Man United at home anytime for Wolves is, not that bad, but they just want to keep the score down, I imagine. And I think they're shell shocked right now, and until they get that win, there's no chance for them to come back. No matter what scenario you put it in, you can bring Pele and Maradona back, rest in peace, and put them in their prime into that side. They still would struggle to get safe this season. It's a real struggle for them. And I do feel for them, but we need to put them to the sword, and it's our opportunity, as you said, with the league table looking as it does, and with Chelsea looking quite vulnerable. If you look at the top six right now, it's all the top biggest sides in the league. You got Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Villa, who clearly at the moment are one of the top six teams. Tottenham, even though they won the UEFA, or they beat us in the conference or the Europa League or whatever it was, I don't think they're as big as Villa right now. Villa are playing much better. So the league doesn't lie. We're there for a reason, and we need to stamp that mark on Wolves and have no sympathy for them and go out for the kill.
Okay. So this is where things are going to change slightly now. Mr. B, if United somehow lose this game, what is the first excuse you expect people to reach for? Because let's be real, there's a chance that we do not turn up. We are so flip-flop, there is a chance we do not turn up.
It won't be this game, Cole. It won't be this game. I understand we're flaky, and I get what you're saying, but look at the opposition. I more put it down to the opposition. I'm not going to say we're going to go and blow them away, but I'm looking it's an opposition thing that I'm looking at. I don't know what formation he's going to go with. I mean, some of the stuff he said in the press conference that I heard on the press conference today, I don't know, man. Sometimes he just sets him up to get his ass bust. I don't understand it. Sometimes I wish he would just shut his mouth. But look, it is what it is. I'm confident, Cole. I'm going to say that I'm confident.
Okay, very confident. Yabba, what do you think the excuse would be if we lost this game?
Listen, it's really bad. I mean, we shouldn't be losing this game, but if there was an excuse, I think they could say, if I'm a manager, I'm trying to sort of blend it, which I'm good at, if I'm put on the spot, if I'm caught lying or cheating or something, you could sort of come out with an excuse, blah, 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 and try and fool people or whatever. But the first thing I'd say is we're playing youngsters, people AFCON, we've got injuries. This is typical, most managers will say. Injuries, young players, inexperience, mistakes, we get better. The usual jargon that managers say, all the time. But,
so you're saying youngsters, so you think then that he's going to start? You think that there's certain players are going to force their way to give themselves a start?
Clearly, we've got a lot of inexperienced players. Even when I say inexperienced, Mr. B, I'm not just referring to players that are young. I'm talking about inexperienced like Xerxes and Ugarte.
No, Xerxes is just rubbish.
But they haven't had a lot of football this year. So that's an excuse you could use. If Colin's asking the question about excuses, if you're playing players that haven't been playing, oh, he's not into the flow, he's a bit rusty, that could be an excuse as well. I hate to say this because I don't want to sort of tempt fate, but, about excuses if we lose. But, for me, it reminds me of Rocky when him and Apollo got into the ring in Rocky 3. And Rocky just, got defeated and he got knocked out by Clubber Lang, and he went to training with Apollo, and he was like a lackluster and had a really poor performance like we could against Wolves. And he said to Apollo, "Oh, forget this, man. Let's do it tomorrow." And Apollo said, "There is no tomorrow. And if we lose against Wolves, there is no tomorrow for us. Goodbye, Man United agenda. Goodbye. We just get the channel and just dash it in the bin." So that's how serious it is for us. There is no tomorrow, in Apollo's voice.
I mean, like I obviously I understand the context you're saying there. So looking at this, obviously, we all think we're going to win. That's what we all think. But looking at this and listening to the context here, does this obviously playing the youth, having players that are rusty, not very experienced, and all that, should it or does it actually lower the expectation of us winning this game? Should we actually take a step back and be like, hold on a minute, we've got a lot of players out. Maybe we should curb our expectation because we are relying on kids.
Colin, what's Colin doing to us, Mr. B?
Calm.
Jesus Christ.
It depends what team we put out. We might not have any kids playing. All right, granted, Heaven's a kid and Yoro's a kid, but they've had Premier League experience. The only kid that I would say that you would be talking about to a certain extent would be Fletcher. If Fletcher starts, then okay. But then that's one player out of the 11 that in the first half of that game did pretty well. So unless he's going to be playing, Fletcher plus another one to start the game, then I don't think that the kids can be used as an excuse or will be used as an excuse.
Yabba?
It's going to be used as an excuse. If you, like you said, this is typical what managers do, and Amran is no exception. He will say something like, "Oh well, inexperienced, the youth, all this kind of thing," and they will learn from it. And sometimes a loss is a win, from experience and that kind of thing. So, look, I don't want to be having these sort of conversations because it's like putting it out there. We might lose. If we lose, what happens if we? I don't want to even envisage that scenario in my head, because right now, to be clutch and to be, our clutch right now is trying to get high as possible, top 5. There's opportunity there, and if you're clutch as a team and not a bottle job team, you got to take opportunities like this. And there can be, no matter how you watch it, there can be no excuses, Colin, for us going to Wolves in the situation they're in and not putting them to the sword and, not crushing them completely. Or just even if you get a 1-goal win or whatever, we have to get the result. It's that crucial. I remember when Cantona was playing and we kept scoring goals to get us that result, get over the line. And that clutch, real clutch. And that's the DNA of Man United Football Club. We need to find that. It means we're having character out there. We mentioned the other day, Martinez come back into side and grinded out a clean sheet, something we haven't done that often this year, So it's about character. This is a character building game. You can't go into this game thinking it's won already. You've got to go in there on your toes, ready, sharp, and look at them and say, look, they're vulnerable, they're weak. Let's not, give them any confidence at all and start the game as you mean to go on.
100%. I mean, where I land on this is like everything that we've said and the chat as well. Obviously, I'm reading the chat as we're going along. Everything that's been said here and in the chat can be true. Every single thing. Wolves, yes, they're awkward. Yes, Manchester United aren't perfect because we're not. But my opinion, at Manchester United, those factors do not remove responsibility from any player on the pitch. It increases their responsibility, regardless whether you're a child, or you're a seasoned pro, the same level of responsibility is there, especially against the Wolves side that haven't won this season. I'm going to jump into some of the comments very quick. So there's been quite a few good comments here. I want to say hello to Steph. She said she's going to take a 1-0 win right now, but it would be nice to have a comfortable victory with loads of goals at the halfway point. Come on, United. Big up to Solo as well. Big up to Serious Bart. Jesus, that were a tongue twister. Big up to Matty. Simon saying greetings, Three Kings. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, it weren't bad. Bart saying the Wolves game reminds me of Sheffield United game under Ollie when the Blades won their first game of the season in January against Manchester United.
I remember that.
Simon saying 3 points are in the bag. Lightning will strike twice. Matty, this is a type of game that we should win, but don't. This is one of the points I made earlier. We deserve better. Big up, buddy. Hope you are well. Question there for you. Just who are we putting out as captain?
Martinez.
Yeah, I think so as well. I'm going to leave this one because that's something I'm bringing in a little bit later about Amorim. What else is there? There we go. Any news about Mason Mount's injury? There isn't at the moment. I will try and dig something up for you. One of the excuses there is no players, which we touched on. People going out of Agate as well. And that's pretty much it for now. Do get your comments, and I'm going to star that as well because that's a good thing. Right, let's actually go into it and talk about how we are going to set up, how Manchester United are going to set up for this game. So there's been a lot of talk. 4 at the back, 3 at the back, 2 at the back, 6 at the back, however many it's going to be. Yabba, how do we need to set up tomorrow?
Go and say a 3. I'm going to lose my fucking mind, I swear.
Yesterday I said he's going to revert back to what he knows, the 3. It's a one-off playing the 4. We're playing away from home, playing against Wolves. I think he needs to get... when we played the last time, they gave us a lot of time and space. I don't think they pressed well. And I think we need to sort of consider our opponents and maybe think to ourselves, all right, if we go at 3 at the back, we can exploit them.
We're at home.
Are we at home?
Yeah, we're at home.
I thought we were away.
No, we're at home. Yeah, we played them away the first leg.
Oh, I beg your pardon. All right.
Yeah, we're at home.
All right, we're at home. I think he's going to go back to the... Whether it's the 3 or the 4, to me, it doesn't matter. I keep saying it doesn't really matter.
No, it does, because we asked you a specific question.
Okay, with the personnel we have available, you're looking at Dalot playing, Dorgu playing. These are our fullbacks or wingbacks. Then you got centre backs. We've got Luke Shaw could play fullback, and I think he's going to play. I think Martinez and Heaven are going to play. So with those 5 players, you can have a situation where it is a back 4. You can have a situation where the 3 centre backs.
Yeah, but just say he's not going to change it from the last.
So game. I think those players will play, and whether you, because people are fixated on, is it 4 at the back or 3 at the back? I think in the build-up play you might see, 3 at the back, go back to type. But with those 5 players, Dalot, Heaven, Martinez, Luke Shaw, and Dorgu, you can have a 4-3, whatever you want. So I think those 5 players will play, and it's up to you. It's up to you. When we start watching the game, you'll see different variations of them in different situations on the game. So to me, it means nothing. It just means when the graphics come up and show what players play, you have to work out before the game, an hour before the game, what formation is going to be. But when you start the game, you'll see in different scenarios that it could be a 4, it could be a 3.
Okay. Mr. B, so with this 3 at the back setup that Yabba wants, what goes wrong if United aren't on it?
Everything. The same thing that's been happening every time we played 3 before. Because he's not going to play 3-5-2. He's going to play 3-4, which means that they're going to be running straight through the center of the pitch. So I think he's going to go 4. I'm not. I would never been an advocate of the three. He's going to go for. Dorgu plays in the same position. Dallo plays in the same position. Shaw plays in the same position, and Heaven and Martinez play in the same position. Those 5 positions 100% don't change. 6 positions, including the goalkeeper. I just don't think they're going to change. I think it's going to be the same setup as the last game that they played. Those were our best players on the pitch, but Shaw was. Well, that's our second clean sheet of the season. So don't change it.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously I advocated for the back 4 myself. But like, I want to get obviously your guys' views on it mainly. Yabba, so if we go with a back 4, does this solve a problem or does it create more of a risk by going to the back 4, like long term?
Well, if you go to the back 4, things change because you're not being conditioned to play that way. So straight away, you'd think you don't want your fullbacks getting isolated one-on-one situations. You want someone who's playing ahead of them. So whether it's the right back with Dallo, who's ahead of him? Is it Dorgu? You want him. We were up against Anthony Gordon the other day. And that was good for us. The Dorgu done the defensive work, even though he's playing in midfield, he didn't have license to go forward. He had the responsibility to get back and help Dallo out with a top player like Anthony Gordon. So I think as long as the wide guys ahead of the fullbacks in this back four formation are dropping back and helping out when, to stop overloads on our fullbacks and dangerous situations like that, then I think that it works. But if you're doing a Mo Salah and sitting up there thinking you're a luxury player, you don't have to work back, then you're going to have a problem. So in any formation, we ain't got luxury players on our team. Everyone has to put a shift in and understand their roles. So if we're playing 4, I expect the wide guys ahead of them to drop back in and help out. And that's why I think Mason Mount has been influential because he does a lot of work. You see him, really sprinting. Like a lot of people sprint going forward, but he sprints to get back and put pressure on and help with the press. And it's infectious because it rubs off on everyone around the team. So the more you have players like that on the pitch who are going to work hard, which you're supposed to do, Some say, I don't understand. You're supposed to do that anyway. You're supposed to give 110%. You've made it as a pro footballer. You're playing in front of 70,000 people every week or every 2 weeks at home. You should be, running like this last game of your life, like it's a cup final, because of the joy and the position you're in. But we don't see that all the time. But that's the expectation I have, and only certain players are doing it. So as long as they do that job, like I said, that's the main thing for me in the 4. You've got to get back and help out because you don't want to be isolated. You see what happens with Saka once he gets a man one-on-one. And you see what happens with who's the winger for Man City. These sort of players, they get in one-on-one situations, they are laughing. It's showtime. But if you double up on them, they play it back. So I just think that's very important in this level.
Okay. Have you guys seen Ruben Amorim's comments from his presser?
Let's get it on.
So, thankfully, we deserve better. Put some in for us here. So, when you, the journalist, talk about changing the system all the time, I cannot change because the players will understand that I'm changing because of you. That was one of his quotes today. I believe there were others that he had, which I haven't managed to get in time, basically saying he's now changing the formation and system because of players out in AFCON. So he has to do it because he hasn't got the players available. Is it because of that, or has Amorim wanted to go back to a back 4 and this is his get out of jail free card? Or is it literally just a case of he has to do this because he hasn't got the players to play a system? Because we'll find out tomorrow, because if we play a back 4 tomorrow instead of a back 3, it is very telling.
Well, look, basically, he's revealed it. If you want the answers, just ask the manager, and then we can decipher whether he's, read between the lines about what he's saying. He said it's AFCON. It's to do with AFCON. And he also said that if he does that, he's going to lose the dressing room because the players will say, you've bowed to pressure of journalists who sit there in Fleet Street, not Fleet Street anymore, but you know what I mean, sit there and just watch games and don't have the experience of playing football. That's really weak. And that will undermine the manager. And if he does change it based on that, he's telling you already that he would lose the dressing room. And that's vital for me. And it's great that he said that because that means to me, he's not going to do that. And he's not going to, and if he does do it, he's going to do it for his reasons, not for the reasons of fans, channels, or journalists, and all this kind of thing, who are always experts. But the real expert is the one getting paid. I don't know how much he's getting paid. A lot of money
6
to
million.
be the head coach of Man United Football Club, and I've got faith in him to perform that job.
Okay, Mr. B.
If he changes, then he changes. If he changes and we lose, he needs to acknowledge that he got it wrong. I think we could play one at the back against Wolves and we should be all right. So I'm not sure the Wolves game is the one, to be fair, to judge whether or not he changes the formation. I just, you know me, I'm a 4 at the back kind of guy. That's just what it is. It's not going to change. I hoped I would have done, but I can't. I can't feasibly get it. I don't understand what's supposed to be happening. So I really want him to keep it the same as he did. I understand his excuse, and I think he kind of got it. I've done it at this time now. We've struggled. I didn't want to do it before because we had these. I get that. He doesn't want to be seen to be weak. I understand that part of it. But at the same time, weakness is also not accepting your faults when you know there's faults. He's actually said 75% of the decisions that he made, he feels that he made were wrong. Fair play for saying it. I would like to know what part of it he thought was right out of decisions that he made. Now, could it be that he should have gone to 4 before? The fact that in a weird way, I like the fact that he's changing. He's gone to 4 because there's certain teams we play. I said it yesterday when I was talking to you, Carm, on you guys yesterday on the reaction to the game, that Eddie Howe he was bamboozled. He didn't know what was going on. They had to, fake the injury on the goalie to sort themselves out. I like the fact that he had to do that. So, look, if people think we're going to be playing a 3 or people think we're going to be playing a 4, that's fine. If we don't know, the chances the managers aren't going to know unless somebody leaks it. Garnacho's not there anymore, so maybe it won't get leaked, So we'll see. I'm confident that he goes with 4 tomorrow.
Okay. So let's just say it goes with a 4. Team lineups. Who do you expect to be playing? We can still rule out De Ligt. He's not back yet. He's not back till next month. Bruno Fernandes is also out. Obviously, we've got the guys away and AFCON. Kobe Mainoo's return date still says unknown. So he doesn't look like he's going to be playing. So what lineup we're going to be putting out there?
Is Mason Mount?
I will find out for you.
Yeah, because I think that is the key. I think that's probably the key thing at the moment. If Mason Mount plays, then I don't see him changing much from the team that started, just because he probably can't. I think the issue is he played Fletcher. Fletcher's a 10. So if Fletcher plays or does replace anybody, he probably has to get the best out of him. He probably has to replace him in the 10 role, and not as one of the 2 pivots in central midfield, maybe.
Mount's got a 75% chance of playing.
What was the injury of Mount? Do we know anything about?
I think he was scared he was going to get more kicks. I don't think he was. Yeah, I think it was more
precautionary. But apparently Mount had said to Amram that he felt something in his leg at half time, and that's why he pulled him off.
Okay, yeah, because he's very vulnerable, isn't it? It'd be a nightmare for us right now if he was to get injured. Because remember, he had a quote before the game saying, "Oh, I'm almost back. I'm going to be back to where I was."
You know how much injuries Mason Mount's had this season?
Not many.
I think he's had 5.
Really? This season?
I heard he had 5. I don't know if that's true or false, but obviously they weren't long-term ones. But he's still Shaw. You put down Shaw. Shaw hasn't been injured. But Mount's had little niggly ones here and there, isn't it?
It's good, Mr. B, that if he, with his injury record, that he's actually said to the manager, "Look, it's not bottling it." He said, "Look, I'm a bit, he has to manage himself now, doesn't he?
Listen, he needs to play. At the end of the day, there's no point him being on the bench. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what I'm saying is for him to come off for half time the other day and say to the manager, look, I've had so many injuries. I
hear that.
I've got a slight little something. I don't want this to escalate. Can you please take me off? That people might be looking at how you bottled it. You should play on like we're not Brian Robson here. We play on with injuries and broken leg or broken neck. Run it off. It's not like that. He has to really. His reputation is really right now. So I like the idea that he did that. I think that's really mature of him to say, "All right, we're shaky here, and we're going to make the team vulnerable." But thank God, he must have been praying that we hold on and get the result, which we did. But without him right now, we're struggling. Like you said, Colin, I think the same team that sort of started the other day, the players, because obviously you're talking about wing backs or full backs. You're looking at like Dorgu, you're looking at Dallo, you're looking at Luke Shaw. These guys have to play. They're really consistent right now. Looking at Heaven and Martinez. Them two have to play as well. They've been really good for us recently. And then ahead of them is clear. Agate had a good game. Casemiro gives us that midfield block in midfield, where they're not going to be bombing on or vacating their positions. And then beyond that, you've got enough creative and talent ahead of that to really do the damage. The only problem for me is it Xerxes or is it one of the youngsters? Maybe Shea Lacey can come in to a number 10 position. Maybe, that's an option. I think that could be a surprise, especially at home. And again, especially against the weakest team in the league. That's an opportunity where he could really show what he's got. Because I don't think he got an opportunity to do that when he came on a little cameo the other day.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say anything bad about it. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Shea Lacey, getting 30 minutes in the second half or something. I can't say that he's going to play from the 90. So Mason Mount is subject to a late fitness test. That is the latest, according to the software I use here. Another interesting one is I've had a little bit of an update on it. So Bruno Fernandes's potential return date is the 4th of January.
Happy birthday to me.
Kobe Mainu, his potential return date is the 4th of January.
Happy birthday to me.
Surprise. So
what you're reading between the lines here, Colin. I see that smirk.
There's no lines. Colin just made a statement that's out there, that's public knowledge, and we said this already. Exactly what was going to happen, and look, lo and behold, imagine.
So what's stopping them from playing? So they're probably on the recovery now, aren't they? Probably.
Yeah, they're currently on the recovery stage of things. So Bruno's obviously was a thigh injury. Kobe Mainu's was a calf, shin, heel injury. So he's got 3.
Okay.
They've hit him with
not
3.
A back one. Maybe the back one is the one is the one that they put out there that you can't prove.
Yeah.
So the fact he's got 3, bloody hell, he must be walking around in plaster Paris at the moment. No.
Exactly. I just want to bring up Windsor Better's team here. He said he could easily play 4-2-3-1. Lemons, Dallo, Heaven, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Agate, Dorgu, Cunha, Xerxes, and Sesko. So he's going for, obviously, Mount's not going to be available and put Xerxes there instead.
I don't think Xerxes plays again after that bloody performance. I wouldn't trust him.
Well, he's on his way out anyway, isn't he?
Yeah, we're at home. I would rather get Lacey on the pitch and somewhere on that. To be fair.
Yeah,
yeah, I think this is a good team by Windsor Bear. It's just the only thing I disagree with is that Xerxes wouldn't be playing from the left; he'd be playing down the middle, and Cunha would probably play from the left. It's a good team.
You would play Xerxes after the performance that Xerxes put in 3 days ago. You would play Xerxes.
I didn't see anything wrong with his performance.
Sorry,
I didn't see anything wrong. I've heard, I've seen you going off.
You were drinking before the game.
I was a bit, yeah, but
you didn't see it. You didn't see the game.
I thought you done all right under the circumstances.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Should I tell you why?
Because he fucking turned up.
You see, it's hard to get. I just like the way Xerxes plays. With a player like him, he's sort of player you need to help us build when we're under pressure and we can't
Right.
get the
So when we
ball
were
out.
under pressure
He's
and
sort of
people were
player
shoving him
playing
off the
to his
ball,
feet.
he never
playing-
won no duels. He never won no duels when he
It's not
played.
yeah, but what kind of you talk about? What kind of delivery was getting? You know, with Xerxes, you play into his feet, he'll be able to hold it up and bring
Yeah,
people.
he didn't
in.
even do that. Yeah, but man was running in front of him.
Yeah, but don't hit the balls into the channels for him. Expect him to do much. Don't bomb it on.
I don't
He hasn't
believe
got the pace to do that. So I felt when he came on, I thought, oh, good. Hopefully it will stick because it wasn't sticking so much with Shesko, whatever his name is. So I thought, I don't think Xerxes done anything particularly bad. He was trying out there to help us get
There you
into the
go.
game. It was the
There you
right
go.
substitution.
Stephanie just summed it up. How Yaba keeps a straight face sometimes is a real skill.
I can't believe I'm just shocked. You know what I mean? For me, I heard everyone on the channel going on about Xerxes. I thought I better not say anything because I don't agree with you. I don't think he had a. You're making it out like he was terrible.
He was shit. Yaba, he was shit. That's the worst game he's played, and he's played bad.
Yeah, but that's a cameo. It's not a game. He's just played like 30 minutes or something.
Oh my.
Okay, so if Mount's fit and he plays in the 10, who do you have up top, Xerxes or Seshko?
Shesko.
Okay, Mr. B, I know you're going to say Sheshko anyway. Right. But if Xerxes is not getting game time, how is he going to improve?
By going to Roma.
Apart from that, let's say we keep him. Let's say we keep him for the season.
He ain't going to play no games. The only games he's going to get time for is these few games where the AFCON is on. And if he can't nail himself, that he looked like a player who just didn't care. He looked like a player who didn't care. We're 1-0 down. We're 1-0 up. You've got something to fight for, and he just didn't seem to have that in his. We've seen him play, yeah, but I understand what you're saying about his touch and where the ball's supposed to be played and what he's good at. But he wasn't even doing those things in the game. I understand he's not gonna, be jumping in the ear like Sesko and winning flick-ons. I understand that. But the parts of his game that we expect to be good was no good.
Okay. Fair enough. Just a difference of opinion. I just think it's a bit to trash him like that, the way you're trashing him. I think it wasn't that bad. He tried. I was watching. Trust me, I watch him. When he comes on the pitch, I'm making it. I say, come on, bro. Look, as I says in my column, my thing here, I ain't a fair weather fan. I want to see him improve. And I'm backing him. I say, come on, bro. Hold up the ball. Bring people into play. And I didn't finish the game thinking, oh, you were terrible. I thought, you tried. There's a couple of times when we're under pressure like that against Newcastle and the ball's played into anyone, don't care if you're Mark Hughes or what, and you got two defenders on your back trying to pinch you and nothing to, and you try and bring people to play and it's not working out. It's not always going to be on you. It's the system. We went back. The whole thing was to sit back, and then once you sit back like that, it's hard to get out again. You either have a player who's going to run the channel so you can hit a long ball and get on the pitch and get a throw in high at the pitch and start again and reset. Or you have a player at Xerxes, you know what he's good at. And you try to play out through him and build up, which a couple of times we did. From deep, he came deep, linked up the play, and we tried to play out, but it just got congested and they made the pitch small, and then we gave the ball away. So I'm not here to shit on Xerxes right now. I think we need players like him, right? Because he needs to come in and do something when he does come on. And just the fact that he didn't score, he didn't do what you expect him to do the other day, that's not all on him. We were under a lot of pressure in that game, and he did the work to come back and try to help out the best he could.
See, I hope everyone's sat down. If you're walking down the street, I do apologise. I have to agree with Yaba on this one. I think.
Whoa!
No.
Whoa!
Just hear me out.
Whoa.
I think for a player with no confidence like Xerxes, the Wolverhampton Wanderers are the perfect opposition. They're not going to put any pressure on him. He's going to have loads of time, and he might get a goal or two, which will lift his confidence up.
Wow. So you're saying start him?
If Mount's not fit, I'd start him.
Oh,
if
wow.
Mount is fit, I can't drop Mount. I cannot do it. But if Mount's not a fit, then I'd start Xerxes. as I can.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, good on you. High five, Colin.
I'm
welcome
not
to my
transferring
world.
to the light side. That's not
Welcome
happening.
to my world.
I just think that this will be a very nice game for him because they're not going to pressure him like Newcastle did or any other team does because they're going to be worried about conceding at the other end anyway. So he's going to have time and space. You're looking shocked, Mr. B. I know you are. Do you need a glass of water, mate? But anyway, right. On that note, guys, people in the chat as well, do get your score predictions in. I want to hear your guys' score predictions. But I want your halftime score prediction and your full-time score prediction.
Okay, I'll go first. I'm going to say 0-0 at halftime and we'll win 1-0 and we score later in the game.
Fuck off. 2-1, 2-0 first half. We win the game 4-1.
Okay. I'm going to go with 3-0 at halftime.
Wow.
And a 6-1 win.
Wow.
What did you say, Carl?
6-1.
Why have you gone 6-1? Where's the 6 come from?
I think Šeško's going to get a couple of goals because Wolves' defense is like a wet piece of paper. So, anything goes through it. Cunha's going to score. Cunha is going to score. It's going to happen. He's at Old Trafford against his old team. He's going to score. So I'm going to put Šeško 2, Cunha 1. I think Dorgu will probably get a goal again because he's just constant. There's no getting away from Dorgu at the minute from the last game. So that's another. So that's 4 there. I reckon Xerxes, if he starts, gets 1. That's 5. And I think Casemiro will get 1.
Okay.
Don't they do this at the bookies? Half-time, full-time?
Yeah.
Well, guys, if you're a better man, you just heard it from Colin. There, we need Errol on the show. He seems quite successful. Yeah, look, you know what it is? I think we need to score early because if we give them any confidence, even 0-0 at half-time, we're going to get the whistles and the boos coming off the pitch because the fans expect, don't they? And I think it's really important to start early, start fast, get on them and get that early goal. And then we can play a different style, But if we're playing, the crowd gets you, doesn't it? You get the ball and you hear these sort of sighs and moans if we're 0-0 after 50, 60, 70 minutes, that can really get to you. That can play on your mind. So we need the crowd on our side. And that means going out there, starting fast and getting a set piece or getting a goal and putting them to the swords early and fast.
100%. Mr. B, any last words?
No, I'm doing the watch along tomorrow, so they better not lose. Are
you doing it tomorrow?
I'm not doing it then.
Oh, you can do it if you want, mate. That's fine.
No.
Crack on. You do it, mate.
Wait. No. I just assumed. Didn't you say he was off? Is that
You're going to the game, aren't you, Colin? You're going to
Leeds.
the Leeds game. All right.
Oh, well, F that then. I want to sit down.
No, you've heard it all here first. Mr. B is doing watch along.
No.
I'll tell you what. Chat. Put it in there. Number 1. Put
Let's
number
just
1
end the
if
show
you want
quick.
me to do
Let's
it.
just end the show quick.
No. 1 if you want me to
vote.
do it. 2 if you want Mr. B to do it. We'll give you a couple of minutes. 1's for Mr. B to do it. 2 for me to do it.
They're going to stitch you up, Mr. B.
Yeah, I know it. I can feel it already. Colin, thank you. We deserve better.
Yeah, there you go. Colin. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's one person. That's one person constantly putting my name.
That's all right. That's all right.
There we go. We got a ghost of Mr. B wants Mr. B to do it. Simon wants Mr. B to do it. Stephanie wants Yabba to do it.
Oh, we need another Yabba vote then.
Yeah, right. Hold on. Who's typed that in then?
Not
I can
me.
do that as well, you know. I can do that as well. But anyway, one of me or Mr. B will do it.
Yeah, one
It's
of us
fine.
will be doing it tomorrow. One of us will be on
Can
tomorrow.
Amran do it? No, Amran can't do it, Mark, I'm afraid. Yabba, final thoughts.
Yeah, let's do it, guys. Look, great opportunity to get some more points and close the gap. We could say officially we're in a race for the top 4, top 5 if we get a win tomorrow, and then we can go into the games against Leeds and Brighton and the FA Cup and everything with a bit more confidence. When we're at our weakest, as we are now with AFCON and a few injuries, and we're a bit vulnerable. That's when we need to step up. So come on. It's thank God we haven't got Liverpool, Man City and all these tough games and Arsenal right now. We've got an opportunity. The season's going well. It's like fate that we have to do well at this point. So let's get that confidence, build up, and then when we do have harder games, we'll be battle hardened.
Indeed. And speaking about battle hardened, we are 4 away from reaching 4K.
Wow.
So please go get your dogs, cats, aunties, uncles, grandmas, sisters, goldfish to just pop over and give us a subscribe. Help us get to that 4K mark so we can give away to you wonderful people a United shirt. This year's with a name and number on the back of your choosing, unless it's Xerxes. So you're not allowed
still not have a chance of winning this one then, Cole, just out of curiosity.
I'm not even running this one.
Rebel MC.
Rebel's running this one.
All right, fair enough.
Let's get us to 4K before the new year. Let's start the new year with a bang. It'd be much appreciated from us all. So my final thoughts on this is whatever happens, the standards are now set from the panel, from the people in the chat, and myself. This game tomorrow isn't about Wolverhampton Wanderers. It's about whether Manchester United look like the team that understands what it's like to wear the shirt. We will all be here tomorrow to judge it after full time, because at this club, as I said it before, there are no excuses. We've been the Man United Agenda. Take care.